Montana, so I'm kind of used to the cold. Yeah, so I brought 2 big jackets though, so I'll be more than prepared.
Can you tell a bit about this season for you? You started in Cleveland. Why did it break the relations?
Cleveland was good. You know, I was up there for 8 games. You know, when I was in there, did what I could. But you know, when a player like LeBron James comes back, you know, they go from a rebuilding phase to a win now team, and you know, so they were juggling everything. You know, they're trying to be a championship team, and they're trying to make pieces fit. You know, and they thought at that position, you know, that I was in at the time. With Deladova hurt, they needed a little bit more scoring off the bench, so that's what they're telling my agent and whatnot. On my end, you know, I was just trying to play the role and fit in with the guys, and, you know, be somebody that pretty much, you know, came in and played the role and tried to, you know, push us in the right direction as far as just giving Kyrie rest. And as far as that's pretty much how it worked out with Cleveland. You know, but you know, I was on the D League team and Summer League team, you know, so those guys are really cool. It's kind of like a family atmosphere up there. But you know, just at that particular point in time, you know, it wasn't in the cards for me to be there with them right then and there. And they went in the direction that they thought was best for the team at the time, and I wish those guys the best of luck, and hopefully, you know, they have success, you know, down the road.
Was LeBron kind of idol for you in childhood?
Yeah, I definitely grew up watching LeBron and all the things he did, and you know, whenever LeBron talked, you know, he's one of those guys that, you know, the whole world listens to what he has to say, and you know, coming into that situation and actually get to play with him was definitely a great experience. You know, he's a great leader, a great talent. You know, it was like watching instant classics, you know, front row every night. But you know, for me, growing up, kind of idolizing him, it just went straight to, you know, being he was a teammate now, and now it's business-like. All of that other stuff kind of just went out the window, and I was just there to play basketball. But you know, whenever he said something, you know, I just want to be a sponge and soak up all the knowledge I can, you know, because he's been in the league for many years and had many successes in the league. And so that's just a player. He's the best player over there, you know, in the United States and in the NBA. So getting to learn from him for about a month and a half was some great knowledge I could have came out of there with.
Can you say about Žalgiris, why you chose Žalgiris? Do you have other options, and why do you come here?
Yeah, I had other options, but I think Žalgiris was the best option for me. The coaches, the coaching staff, you know, I've heard about the players, really great. You know, this is my first time pretty much on Europe, but I think Žalgiris was the best option as far as, you know, I talked to, you know, the president, GM over there, and, you know, we were on the phone for about, you know, an hour or 2, and he was just explaining it to me. One of the biggest things was, you know, the city. You know, you guys, they said it was a great atmosphere as far as fans, and I witnessed that within the first couple of days after signing the contract. A lot of fans were following me on Twitter. A lot of fans were following me on Instagram. You know, wishing me luck and welcoming me here. And that's very great, you know, because you know, family atmosphere and a great fan base is everything, you know, especially when the fans are behind your team 100% and want you to be successful. So I think those were the best reasons why I came and chose to come here.
What role do you think you have there in the team?
Me? I don't know yet. You know, I know I'm coming into a situation where they say you guys been waiting on a point guard for a while now, so I'll have to, you know, sit down with the coaching staff and see what they want me to do, what they expect from me, and try to execute 110% from there.
What you like to do in the game?
In the game, I'm pretty much a stat sheet stuffer. You know, I pretty much do a little bit of everything. You know, rebound, defense, you know, push the break, everything. You know, I'm just one of those guys who's a team player, and any stat, you know, that can help my team win, that's pretty much, you know, at the end of the night, if we have to win, that's all that matters to me.
Are you ready to break anyone in defense?
Oh, break anyone on the defensive end? Yeah. as far are you talking about as far as me on the offensive end or me picking up on my defense? Oh yeah. You know, that's definitely one of my main strengths is defense, and I don't know who the best player over here at the point guard position is or what it is, but whoever it is, it's going to be my job to make everything tough on every opposing guard that I go up against on the defensive end, and make them really work. You know, and I think that'll in turn get me going on offense. You know, high energy, high motor, get my teammates going, and hopefully it has a trickle down effect to the rest of the players on the team from that point.
Well, you had some contacts with Žalgiris in the summer also, I guess.
I think so. I think my agent told me something about that. But I think that.
What was your mindset then in the summer? What was your mindset and goals in the summer?
In the summer league, I was coming off an injury. I don't know if you knew that I was coming off an injury the year before this, and so my mindset was pretty much to go out there in the summer league and let teams over here know, and NBA teams, that I was back healthy and that I was back to 100%, and I was a better player than what I was before the injury. And that was pretty much what I wanted to do. Everything else was going to fall into place, but I just really wanted to let people know that the foot was great. It was 110%. Everything went well with the surgery, and I just really wanted to show people that I was back healthy again and playing W.Cherry basketball, like I was accustomed to. The year before that, I was playing on a fractured foot, and I wasn't myself. And so coming back that summer, I wanted to prove to everybody that I was a better me, and I was back to playing my solid basketball.
Have you met in Cleveland? Have you talked with him?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I wish I did. He's a legend, but I didn't get a chance to. But I've heard stories about that man. I watched him when I was younger, but I didn't get to meet him. That was probably one of the few rare things I didn't get to do.
Did you get in touch with any of the players from here, from Žalgiris team?
No, not yet. Not yet. I think it'll be better for me in person anyway, just to get to feel with the players and the rest of the coaching staff. So I think that's probably a good thing that I didn't get to talk to him over the phone a little bit, because I really want to. I'm more of a face-to-face interaction type of guy. You can read body languages and get the feel for players a lot better that way. So I think it'll be a lot better if I just see him in person anyway.
Do you think it will be a hard transition from NBA's game style to European? Because it's quite different, I think.
My agent, he told me about the style over here. The defenses are a little bit more stingier. I know from watching, the games, the World Cup games and all that, there's a lot of different rules that apply over here that don't apply over there, and it's kind of, in the NBA, it's a lot more looser over here, but over here it's a lot more structural, a lot more tighter, and they kind of compare it to the college game as far as defense, as far as stingy. You could play zone, you don't really have 3 seconds and stuff like that. But it'll probably I think it'll be a little bit of a challenge. But
you're up for a challenge?
Yeah, I'm always up for a challenge. I've been challenged all my life, so this is just another hurdle that I'll get through, especially with my coaches and the rest of my teammates. I'm pretty sure they'll be helping me every step of the way. And, it's just a new situation. It's the same as in Cleveland. Coming in as a rookie, I'm a rookie here, and I'm just going to be a European sponge over here, instead of an American sponge over there. So that's all I can do, and be ready for everything that comes my way.
You're a real basketball fan if you watch World Cup in USA.
Oh yeah. I watch all that, and it's not even just USA. I watch other European teams play, other European teams. I remember, I was on the couch with a broken foot, and it was some live games that was streaming over there on the NBA TV of European teams playing, and I was watching that, trying to catch a couple USA guys that I might have heard of when I was in college or back in their day, and I was just watching a different style of play and and how it is over there, and it's a lot different, but I see it's a lot of great talent over here. So I'm definitely a basketball junkie, and when it's on TV, you can bet your butts that I'm tuned in watching it. It doesn't matter if it's American against European or European on European. I'm watching it.
What is your impressions about Jonas Valančiūnas? I think you met.
Oh yeah, JV. I was just telling my man JV. I was with Toronto in training camp, and so JV is my man. JV is a good guy. He's funny. Me and JV cracked a lot of jokes, but JV's a hard worker, man, and he shows it. When I seen him in the World Cup, he was doing really good, and when we played, he's just a monster. He's just a beast. I don't know how you can tame a man like that. He's so strong, but he's one of the nicest guys ever. You know, and on court, the niceness kind of goes out the window because he's all about winning basketball games. But yeah, I can tell you, he makes you guys very proud over there in America, doing what he does on a nightly basis with the Toronto Raptors. And I think they're #1 in the Eastern Conference right now, and JV is definitely a big part of that.
Maybe you asked some advances about Žalgiris for JV.
Oh no, I didn't. And that was one person I should have reached out to, and I think I'll reach out to him as I start getting settled in here a lot more. As far as asking him a lot about the city and where to go and where good spots are to eat and stuff like that. And I'll get his number from one of my friends on the Toronto Raptors. But I didn't get to reach out to JV. I was so excited about getting over here and just pretty much starting the season off right and getting to play basketball. That was one thing that slipped my mind.
You've seen some games in Europe. Can you compare crowd to March Insanity?
Oh, March Madness. March Madness. I mean, just the defensive side as far as playing zones. Teams like when I was in college, we played zone a lot. As well as men. A team like Syracuse, they play zone all the time. There are a lot of other teams that play zone, and I know over here you can play zone a lot. So that's pretty much the difference as far as that. I think. The game and how they run sets are, depending on what team you are, is a lot more structured than it is over there in the NBA. The NBA is really loose, and it's wide open as far as the man and I think the 3 seconds call is the biggest key. The difference with the NBA and college and in Europe. Europe and college you can play. You have 3 seconds on the defensive end. The NBA, and that's what makes it a lot more tighter over here as far as scoring. In the NBA, you don't have 3 seconds and it's kind of wide open, and more possessions. It's just a little wide open more for scoring. But I mean, if I can master it over here, it'll definitely pay dividends if I want to go back over there or whatnot, because I've been against stingier defenses, tighter defenses that really don't want to give up anything. As far as going to the paint, going to the middle, and I know over here, and as well in college, shooting is really prevalent over here. Like, you really have to be able to shoot the ball on a consistent basis in order for you to be a good offensive player. And that's something that I really want to work on over here, and I think it's great that I'm over here. And it also helps that I have a legend as an assistant coach that I've heard of, who was just shooting the hell out of the ball when he was playing, and even made the USA look a little crazy at times when he played against them in the World Cup. So I've heard stories about him, and that's one of the guys I'm really excited to meet.
Great.